welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. This is another part of this 2-pack Infinity Saga, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel and a Rescue Armour review. Please do like, share and subscribe. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. So once again, just taking a look at the box, you can see the two figures here. You've got the collage on the side and there's the Endgame poster as well. But anyway, let's get into the figure as the timer has already started. Now this is Rescue, obviously played by Gwyneth Paltrow. It is the Pepper Potts character that we saw in Avengers Endgame, wielding one of Iron Man's suits, the one that we saw him building for her. Now it comes with a whole bunch of accessories. We've got an open backpack, a closed backpack, we've got a helmetless head, we've got an open helmet head, we've got a closed helmet head, we've got blast effects, and we've got those two weird little kind of wing things as well. Now having a look at the open helmet head, I don't think that this is the best sculpt out of the two, but it does resemble Gwyneth Paltrow quite a bit. However, this particular one definitely does capture the look of the actor in that particular film. You know, she means business, she's kind of got a bit of a scowl on her face there, and it's a really nice figure overall. Now we have seen a Rescue Armour before, but it didn't come with all of these accessories. It just came with the two backpacks, and I'll grab that in a second just so that we can make a comparison of the two. Now these two blast effects, obviously we haven't got any alternate hands, so the blast effects do only fit in the bottom of the feet. Unlike with the Iron Man suits and the War Machine suits, you can usually put these blasts in their open hands, but we don't have a pair of open hands for the Rescue Armour. So not the end of the world. It gives you a bit of options when it comes to posing and taking photos, etc. So having a look at the open backpack here, now this is definitely my favourite, and this is how I posed the previous one, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab that previous one so that we can have a look. Now you can see here there is a very different colour palette. They are essentially exactly the same figure, except they're painted slightly different. Now the newer one has a much darker metallic blue and a much darker kind of gold, almost like a champagne gold, and the older version has a lighter gold and a much lighter blue. Now it's actually quite hard for me to decide which of the two I prefer. If you actually have a look, they both look really good, and I'm really struggling, to be fair, to decide on which one I prefer. I'm leaning towards the old version. Now something I didn't realise on the old version is these two little bits on the backpack here actually flip up as well. It was only on the new version that I got in the 2-pack, having kind of pulled the figure apart and looking where various things go, that I realised that we had another hinge in this backpack here. And if you actually go back and have a look at your old version, it also does this as well. So it is an exact copy of what we've had before, just with a different colour palette and obviously with a bunch of new accessories. Now here, this is, as I said, this is the old one, and let's have a look at the new one. Does exactly the same thing. These little bits pop out, and as you can see, there we go, it looks almost identical. I'm going to bend these out a little bit as they've warped a little bit in the packaging, but it's not the end of the world. A little bit of heat applied to them and we'll be able to get them into shape. So there we go. That was a nice little discovery that I made, having picked up this second version. Now the reason I discovered it is because there are these random little accessories that plug in, and I was looking for where they go, and I figured out that it was underneath these little grey bits. And I went back and had a look at my old Rescue Armour, and lo and behold, it also has these articulated bits as well. So let's just take these away for a second, and I'll put the unhelmeted head back on because I think that's my favourite of the three. As I said, there's the open mask one as well, which we saw in that big finale in Endgame. And we'll just pop the other backpack on. So this is the closed backpack, and we got this with the standard figure as well, the single release figure as well. So you can obviously have her with her backpack closed or with it open, completely up to you. Now if I grab hold of these are the extra bits that you got. Now as I was saying earlier, I noticed these little bits here flipped up and they actually pop out. So you pop these two grey bits out of the back, they're quite easy to pop out, don't be afraid to pull them, and you've got these clear plastic bits that kind of just slot in as so. There we go, and it adds a little bit of articulation, so they obviously go up, down, left, right, etc. Put them on the other side as well. And as I said, because they are an exact replica of the old backpack that we got with the single release, these accessory pieces will also fit onto that one as well. It's just the blues will be a slightly different tone, but not enough to notice in regards to these accessories. So if I just I'm going to put the helmeted head on just so we get a full look. They're quite stiff, I'm not going to lie, but a little bit of pressure and it's on there. Put the backpack on and give you a look at what these do. So this obviously creates a much kind of more menacing looking rescue. As we saw in the film, there was a couple of really nice shots where she had all these kind of backpack pieces kind of out and extended, and I'm sure there's a lot of potential when it comes to posing and also figure photography, so I'm going to have a lot of fun playing around with these extra pieces. Just to give you an idea that we can make them go up, down, and these two little wing bits move as well, so you can kind of create whatever shapes you want. But as you can see, even just here in the video, those translucent pieces that they hold onto are quite invisible. They do work quite well. And I know this is on a white background and a plain background, but as you can see, they do look a little bit like they are floating. Now, I have gone well over the time here, but I'm going to carry on just because I really do want to make a stark comparison between these two, because I really am on the fence about which one I prefer. I really like the single card release. I liked the light gold and I liked the kind of light blue. It made her look quite different to a lot of the Iron Man, the Tony Stark suits. And this newer version where it's a little bit more dull, it's a little bit more, I suppose, screen accurate perhaps. I'm not sure I prefer it as much as the light one. Now these heads, as I said, these heads only match the new sculpt because obviously they match up with the darker blue, so you can't really mix and match the head sculpt unless you put the unmasked head on the old Rescue Armour. But if you're trying to go for the open mask, that's not going to work particularly well. But yeah, overall she's a really nice figure. Now I'm not sure which I prefer out of the two, whether it's Captain Marvel or Rescue, which is the figure in the set that I kind of got the set for, but I think they're two solid female leading characters, and a great 2-pack. I'm glad that they've kind of reissued this Rescue Armour with all of the accessories, because she was definitely missing quite a bit the first time round. But yeah, all in all, pretty great figure. Please do like, share and subscribe. All support to the channel is very much appreciated.